it definitely sucks. Like the world is crazy, people are crazy, or not crazy. The world is messed up, the economy is messed up, people are toxic, people are unstable. Like where are you supposed to, and like 24/7 we're just looking at our phones, seeing people living their best lives. And it's just the better parts of their lives, it's not their whole lives. And yet we look at our own lives and we're like, what the heck? What's going on here? Why am I not where I want to be? Like, oh, you're not alone though. I'm definitely figuring this out too. Little by little, day by day. Okay, so I just wanted to get on here and talk quickly about survival mode because I realized that I've actually never left it, even though I thought I did. So to me, survival mode means that external things are making your life harder, and it's making it harder for you to either meet your basic needs, either to have a good mental stability, or the environment that you created for yourself is not helping you thrive. When I was younger, it was very easy for me to like understand why I was surviving because I had very toxic parents, and it was physically abusive, emotionally abusive, like all of the abuses, it was all there. Um, so it made sense. It's like these people are making my life hard, and they don't care what happens to me. They don't care if I eat properly. They don't care if I'm dressed properly. So I gotta leave. I made a plan to leave and eventually ended up getting kicked out. So I was like, okay, it's now or never. Then I thought I escaped survival mode. I was like, okay, no one criticizing my every move, no one dictating what I can and can't spend time on. So I did everything. I did school, I did work, I indulged in extracurricular stuff like kickboxing, I did swimming for a bit, etc., etc. I basically had a chance to like explore what my interests were without criticism, and I could dress how I wanted to dress without criticism as well. However, looking back now, I can realize that I still was in survival mode because I was still living paycheck to paycheck. Although I was a bit more blessed then that I had scholarships and stuff, I did not take advantage of that. Instead, I indulged in, again, finding my interest in what it is who I am, I guess, because I never got to explore that as a kid that was parentified. So it was very important for me to look back and realize that actually, although things were good and I had a couple thousand saved, when I got sick, because I just kept like I was in the mode of like go go go. Like I have to keep working, I have to keep finishing school, I need to finish this on time. And my body just gave up. It's like, you know what? We've been sick the majority of my life and you're pushing us too much. We're going to shut down. And that was probably the most eye-opening time of my life because I realized that I really have no support. I don't have anyone to like take care of me. I don't have anyone to fall into if things are a bit tight. If I'm eating right, I don't have someone to help me in the shower, someone to help. Like it was that bad where I couldn't take care of myself. And again, I was surviving in that time period because majority of the time I was just laying in bed, crying. Like I can't believe I'm this vulnerable and I'm so disabled that I can't take care of myself. Um, so that was a really hard time, especially the decisions that I had to make surgery wise that are very life changing, and like being diagnosed with a chronic illness that's never going to leave. Now, with all my savings depleted, it's like I feel very still very vulnerable like to finance. Thank god it's not emotional and physical abuse and all the other abuses anymore, but like there's so many different ways you can be in survival mode, and I think that's not really talked about. Like you can have everything that's okay, but if you're not surrounded by like say you have a good family but you're not surrounded by good friends, and every time you go out you're getting criticized by your friends, or you feel like your family doesn't match what their family looks like, they might have more than you, maybe they're more put together, whatever the reason may be, you're you start to feel like something is wrong with your life, and that puts your body in survival mode. Okay, we have to fix what's wrong, otherwise A, B, and C is going to happen, and that's not going to be good. We're not going to be okay. And sometimes survival mode puts you in a I guess, physical position where you can't do anything. Like, you physically can't get out of bed. And I guess that kind of comes across like depression as well, where things get so bad and you can't really control other people. And because you don't know how to help yourself internally, your body just kind of stresses all the time about everything. Especially, let's say, if it's inward or like more family oriented, and your family's pressuring you to be a type of student, to have a type of career, to look a certain way, behave a certain way, and that's not true to you or what it is you want to do. And you might not even know what you want to do because you've been following what they say for so long. Your body's in survival mode. It's like, I have to show up like this, otherwise, I'm going to be criticized. It's just not going to be good. You might get kicked out. You might get physically, emotionally, whatever, abused. And it's not fair to you. This was just like something I really wanted to talk about because right now it's like, for me, I don't know exactly when I'll get out of survival mode. I have an idea, and that's like when I get a better paying job, which will be in like 2 years once I'm done my second degree or not diploma, degree or certification. Then I won't really have to worry about money because I don't have any other responsibilities like children, but I do have 3 cats, but that's like manageable with that future income, hopefully. Because my cats are gonna eat before me, that's for sure. I think it's very hard to realize when you're in survival mode, because then you just start to think like, oh, this is just life. Like, people go through this. This is what people do. And it's like, no, you shouldn't be stressed all the time that you don't want to be in your house. Like, you don't want to be in your living room when your family comes home or your parents come home and it's like, I have to go to my room. That's not healthy. That's a sign that you're in survival mode. Living paycheck to paycheck and just paying your bills and you have nothing else. Sometimes you're even like scraping for food, or you can't really enjoy leisure things, or I guess like invest in your hobbies or figure out what your hobbies is. That's, you're in survival mode. You're living, you're penny pinching, and like just trying to make it by. And I'm not shaming you or I'm not judging you or anything. I'm in the exact same position, but those things do cause stress, and those things do cause your body to fight with you. It's like, why would I keep showing up to work if it's barely getting me by? Like, I don't want to do this life thing. And it might not be literally like you don't want to be here anymore, but because the situation is so stressful and the support is lacking, it's like, what's the point, you know? Um so if you definitely have family that you can lean on and parents that want you to stay at home, but home is a safe place and it's not a mentally draining place, I definitely think that you should really take that take that into consideration and appreciate that, that you have that. And anyone who is witnessing someone who has that and they don't have it, really try hard not to criticize or envy. I know those are emotions that you can't really or envy, at least emotions that you can't control, but like, it's better to realize that that's coming from within because your circumstances are different, than to judge someone else or to be mean towards someone else or to not want to hang out with someone else because it makes you feel bad. I would say work on your emotions and why it is that you're feeling those things and try to heal it, because although I'm surviving, anytime I see someone else winning or anytime I see someone else happy, I'm in support of that person, because that means A, God is near, so eventually it will be my turn. B, if you can't be happy for someone else, you're never going to be happy for yourself. You're going to always be chasing the next thing, and you're never going to be content with what it is you have. And that's not a healthy way to live. I feel like life is very difficult. Life has its ups and downs. Trying to meet your basic needs can be hard in this economy, and I guess I just wanted to talk to people and just say, like, you're not the only one. And it's okay that right now you're currently picking between paying your bills, paying your car note, paying for groceries, paying for your children's things, and you're sacrificing in other places. I don't know if there's like a permanent fix. There is permanent fixes, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, everything is tailored to you. I find it very hard when I'm struggling externally, but I have control with everything within my house. And yet I sometimes let that slack because mentally I'm not doing okay. But I find that, especially if you don't have the right foundations in like family members being kind to you or being raised in a way where emotional intelligence is or was present, we tend to be very critical of ourselves, and then that causes more depression, and it's not fair to you. um Obviously then you would have to, I think then you would have to like reparent yourself. That's what I've been reading a lot about. You would have to give yourself space to grieve what you could have had, what could have been, what it actually was, and the emotions that came up with that, and then be very compassionate and in re-raising yourself, because a lot of us are still figuring, everyone's figuring out this life thing, but that doesn't excuse bad behavior, that does not excuse abuse, that does not excuse giving up on yourself because you have no support. um Easier said than done, but definitely pushing through. And I hate that we're all in this, a lot of people are in this position where the systems have failed us, the government has failed us, family members have failed us for some people, and like it's just hard to figure out what to do, where to turn to, how to do it. But if you look, hopefully if you look back past your life, you can see the things that you used to be worried about, and now you're in answered prayers, now you're in a better situation. Maybe not financially, maybe not emotionally, but you've progressed hopefully in some way. And if you haven't, don't be hard on yourself, because you're obviously doing the work to figure out why things are still the same, whether that be watching people on YouTube, whether that be reading books, whether that be talking to a therapist. At least you're putting in the work. It's very hard to be self compassionate. I've learned that the hard way for sure. I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you for tuning in. Obviously, it's very hard for me to post consistently. I'm praying that I will definitely get there one day, but thank you for tuning in and watching and staying this long. I know you're going to make it. I know I'm going to make it. I'm praying for both of us, and I will see you soon.